Hey guys, it's Laurel. Today is Saturday, December 16th, and this is Flosstube number 30. So I hope this is going to work. This is my third attempt to do this video. The first time, words were hard. The second time, everything I said was wrong. And the third time, my computer I was 5 minutes in the video and it just started beeping and doing all these crazy things and my screen went black. So I don't know. Maybe this is either going to be my best video or my worst video, and I don't know. I don't know what's happening today. So we're just going to start again and see if we can get to the end of it. I want to say hello to everybody that is back. If you have previously been a subscriber and you keep coming back to see me, I appreciate you. I want to say hello to Connie. She's been watching my videos and leaving nice comments for me. So Connie, I appreciate that very much. I don't know if I don't want to speak for all the Flosstubers out there in the world, so I will just speak for myself and let you know that it is very nice to hear from the outside world, even if it's just a hello, good morning, how you doing, watching from wherever you are. It's just nice to get that little bit of feedback. I have probably quit Flosstube 25 times in my head, but I just really like it, so I just keep coming back and doing it. So it is nice to get a little bit of interaction back and forth. So I hope everybody's had a good couple weeks. Hope you've got lots of stitching done. Hope you've had lots of time with family and that the Christmas holiday coming up is going to be good to you. Today's going to be a little different. I do have finishes. I have haul. I have, all the things in a normal video. I have a new quilt up. I have a lot going on back here, but we're not going to talk about any of that today. Today is only going to be a whip parade. So I decided to go ahead and do my whip parade and not wait until January, just because January is very busy for me at work. So I don't really have time to fit this big of a video in. And it's not that there's like a ton of it. It just takes a lot to get everything out, get your charts together, get it together. I did not press anything. So I hope you're not looking for perfection, because that's not what this channel's about. But I am glad you stopped by. So I kind of have my whips in semi-time order. The first 10 or 11, I don't necessarily have in the right order that I started them, but they are the ones that are left over from my last whip video. I have discovered that it does not bother me how many whips I have, but it does bother me how long things have been a whip. So when I make my plans out for this next year, I want to take into consideration how to get them done in a more timely fashion within my rotation. And again, it's just a hobby. I'm not trying to I don't report to anybody on this. The only deadlines I have are those that I've put on myself. So it's just not that big a deal, but sometimes we overthink things a little bit. So it's a little later in the day than what I normally video. Again, I've been 45 minutes trying to fight with my computer and my brain trying to make this work. We are going to go out later today and do some shopping. My son and his girlfriend are at a Christmas party with some friends today, and my husband is out on a work Christmas lunch. So I have a little bit of time by myself. The dogs have been a little extra today, but that's okay because that's how they are. So I think I finally have them settled down and quiet where I can get through this video. So I'm going to start again and hope that I make it to the end this time. So the first whip that I have, I am not going to show you the chart because I don't have a picture of the completed, finished picture. It is a free pattern by Fat Quarter Shop. It's called Serendipity. I have shown you the quilt in the past that I did, and this is my cross stitch piece. It is on a piece of 16 count navy Aida. I have struggled with this piece just because the combination of the floss and the fabric, it just doesn't flow smoothly, but I do love it, so I will finish it at some point. So this being one of my older ones, I really want to put some effort into getting this done this year. I didn't count my whips. I don't know exactly how many I have. I normally count them at the end of the year and get totals and stuff, but I haven't reached that point yet. This one I also don't have a completed chart, a copy of the completed piece. I'm so sorry. This was also a free pattern that was put out by, I think it's Pine Needle Designs. It is now not a free pattern. You can still purchase it, I think, but it is not a free pattern. In my mind, I think it's called Christmas boxes. I don't know if that's correct or if that's what I really just call it in my head. Anything that I'm showing, if you need more details on it, I can find it. I have it. I just didn't go through and go that into detail when I was getting everything ready. So this is where I am. It was one that was, I'm sure this was in 21 also, and they released one pattern a day in December, and I just kind of lost interest. And you could see I was trying to do like by color, and then I didn't go there. I think I didn't get the called for colors in the beginning. I was just trying to use my stash, and it got to be a little bit much, but it's really cute. Jan showed this finished in her last video. So I was like, I need to get mine back out. It was my goal this year to work on all of my whips, to touch everyone. I did get all but one so far touched, and I still have a couple weeks left in the year, so I still hope to get that one some attention, and I will have touched them all. Sorry, acid reflux kicking in, just on schedule with video. Hands-on design, knee high. I love this, and it's one of those, again, I think it's the fabric maybe, because there's another one that I worked on that I absolutely loved, and it took me forever, and it is also stitched on Monaco that I coffee tea dyed. And I think when I coffee tea dyed these pieces, I cooked them too much, and the holes shrunk up too much. Okay, so I was going to show you that one upside down and backwards. Y'all better buckle in. This is going to be some kind of video. Oh my goodness. Let's show it right side up and the right side out. So here we are, knee high. And it's really not that much to finish. I mean, I got to fill in this little piece, bring the stalk down, and finish the flag. So, and it's Americana. And if you've been watching me, you've heard me babble and you know the whole story and everything. But I love me some Americana. So hopefully I can get that one finished. That's messing with my head. How not together I am. Oh. All right, the next piece is Little House Needleworks, and it's called Hands to Work. It's just so pretty. I love those little sheep in the grass. This is also on Monaco, but it's not dyed or anything, so it's a little easier to work on. I could, like, if I just got this out and worked on it for a few days, it'd be done, but you think I did that? No. But it has had some attention. I want to say maybe I had hands too done, and so I've worked on the house some and started work. And I do hope that these that I'm showing you will not be in the next Whip Parade, being that this is their second Whip Parade. They're having a Whip birthday. A Whip Parade video birthday. This one is In Command by Teresa Kogut. And this is also one that Jan's working on. Hers is beautiful. This is on a piece of 16 count Ada. I think it's called Mystic. This is the piece that has not had attention this year. So I need to get this one out and do a little bit of work. This one is a little tedious. I would say it's not a beginner chart to start on, but the results will be beautiful. One day I will be very proud to have that displayed in my house. The next piece is from A Heart Remembers by Blackbird. And I feel like I just showed this one not long ago. Maybe it was one of my Whip Go pieces or something. The piece is Anniversary Happiness to You, Dear Friends. And this one, I'd kind of slowed down a little bit, and I think that now that I have my magnifiers, this will go Sorry, the sun's kind of in and out, and then I think every time I put the fabric up to the screen, it's making it do weird stuff. Because that's the kind of day it's going to be. But I think now that I have some magnifiers that I can use, I think that will make this piece go a little bit faster. I think it's a Lugana. It may be a 32 count. And it is a Picture This Plus, but I don't know what the name of it is. My next piece is Pandemic, that you've seen 100,000 times. But if you're like me, every time somebody shows it, it's just, ooh, ah. And I wasn't going to get on here and talk about any floss tubers or anything, just whip, but I do have to tell you, if you have not seen Lost in Stitches, she had just started designing. She's Canadian. She just started designing. Anyway, her last video, she showed a bunch of completed long dog samplers. It's so impressive. One day I'll show this finished. I might be older and grayer, I should say. But it's so pretty. This is on an Ada. It's on 16 count Ren by Picture This Plus. And I'll talk about that in the next video. I don't want to be combining videos, but in plans, I kind of have a plan of action for some of these older, larger charts. And like I said, I'll talk about that in the next video where I plan to do plans. And again, I don't know if I've said this yet because of how many times I started the video, but I apologize for being late in my video. I do try to keep it every 2 weeks, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So plan is in 2 weeks to come back and do a plan video. I'm just doing everything all out of order. And a forest grew. This is another one that is just stunning every time I see somebody finish it. And even every time I get it back out, when I haven't worked on, I'm like, oh, it's really pretty. And then I do like half a tree and I'm like, oh. I should probably be a little more motivational, you think? Oh. Look, isn't it pretty? I just can't even imagine. Like, she had to have had, like, I don't know what my light's doing, I'm sorry. The best time designing this, don't you think? Oh, so pretty. So, and I've got some big pieces that, you know, I do gravitate to big pieces, and I know that. And it's not that I don't love little pieces, but I just love the challenge of a big piece. I love to torture myself, I guess. The next piece is my Sunday stitch. It's my Big Toe Designs Disturb Us Lord. This, oh, I feel like it's been 100 years since I started this. It is on a piece of 16 count Ada that I coffee tea dyed. This is where I am. Gosh, it's just pretty. This will be, sorry, there's a big giant piece of thread right through the middle of it. This will be so pretty when it's done. I mean, it's pretty now, but it's just so pretty. I do wish I had done the over dyed, but this with the DMC is still really pretty. So, big pieces, big pieces. I like them, I like them. Okay, next, this is my, I say it's my focus whip for December. It was my focus whip for May that was drawn with my number system that I use. But I replaced that month with Mania because I like to do Mania. So I was like, when I get to another piece that I'm not really feeling it, I'm going to replace it with that. So In Command was actually my whip focus for December. So I changed it and put this back in place of it, and I'm just going to try to work at least an hour on In Command so that it'll be touched this year. But I replaced it with Floral Motif Sampler by the Scarlet House. And I've been doing pretty good on this one as far as a focus whip. I'm trying to do one flower a day. So today is the 16th, and I think I've done 12 or 13 flowers. So it's getting there. Look how pretty. Oh, I already have a spot picked out in my living room where I want this to go. It's like the more you do on it, it's like the more you want to do. And you know, some of the flowers are just tiny. It doesn't take very much time. But oh, so pretty. So pretty. Apparently that's what I'm going to say in this video. I know everybody says, oh, I want to get back to that. I want to get back. I'm just going to say, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Next is Carolina Amelia Trowel. I had started this as a sampler September piece. And then the next September, when it had a birthday, I was like, I'm just going to finish the top of it. I can do it. Then it came out as my focus whip, and I was like, I'm just going to finish the house. I love it. It's beautiful. It'll be done one day. It'll be hanging. And I'll be like, I don't know why it took me so long to do that. But here we are. Top not finished. Border not finished. House not finished. But she's still beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. I love this fabric. It's a Lugana. I don't remember the name of it, but it's really pretty. Her colors look really good on it. Really good. And you know, it's Brenda Gervais. You can't go wrong with Brenda Gervais. Everything she does is pretty, pretty. Pretty, pretty. Okay, next, just a small chart. Live on Little. It's just a little one. It's a small. By Plum Street Samplers. I'm stitching this on a piece of 20 count Aida. I'm pretty sure it's Vintage Country Mocha. Vintage Country Mocha, yeah. 20 count Aida. So pretty. I just love this. It's so, because I'm stitching it on the 20 count, it's just so dainty and delicate. And if you watched, I don't know when it was, a few videos back, I finished another big Plum Street. Shepherd. A shepherd song. And I did it on 14 count, and just the difference in size in the 14 count and the 20 count, what it will end up being is just drastic. The change in there. So I don't know. I don't know that I'll display them together, but it's just neat to see the difference that it makes for your designs. I do have another, I think it's a Plum Street. Yes, Liberty Inn. Liberty Inn, I think, that I did bigger. Everybody was doing it on like 40 count, and I did it on a 25 count. And I want to tell you, it is beautiful. It's one of my favorite pieces. It's in my husband's office at work, or I would show it to you, but it is so pretty, just making that house big. And then sometimes you have one that looks big and you want to make it little. So it's just neat to see the difference. My next piece is Hannah Hetherington. This is also one of my favorite pieces. I have done, I mean, you might as well say I've barely started it. I don't know why, but it's on a piece of 32 count cocoa. Yes, cocoa linen. I'm not going to show you the whole piece of fabric because I'm stitching this 1/2. So pretty. Look at that. Oh. Now, why have I not gotten this back out? Because that's what we do. That's what we do as stitchers. Are y'all counting? Y'all count and tell me in the comments how many I have, because I'm not going to count them, because I don't know what that'll do to my mindset. My next piece is Quaker Pumpkins by Hello from Liz Matthews. This one I am using, I think it's Georgia Girl Stitcher. Georgia Girl, I think that's right. Her word change, and it will say Autumn Harvest at the bottom. And it will have leaves on the side instead of the birds. I'm going to leave this bird, I think, this crow. So this is on a piece of 16 count Aida that I coffee tea dyed. So it's come along nicely. I've got right much done on this one. I hope to finish this next year. Probably in the fall. Because it's, so after this pumpkin, there's two. This is the middle pumpkin. I love it. I love this banding across the top and the bottom. It's very pretty. And I do intend to do some, take some of these smaller pumpkins and stitch them in different colors. One day when I'm all caught up. So that gets me through everything that I had started prior to 2023. So all of those were starts in either 2023 or before. Some of them obviously go back to like 21. Or maybe even before then. I don't really know what my oldest whip is. I probably need to go back and look and see what my oldest whip is. But this I know is my start to this year because I started this on New Year's Day. And I've shown it to you a lot. Y'all have seen this a lot. Wildflowers by Kathy Barrick. I love it. This is one of those that I'm going to be a little bit sad when it's done because I just love it so much. It's just been so much fun to stitch. Once I got my magnification and kind of got myself going, I just love it. I really do. This is on a piece of 28 count Murky Lugana by Picture This Plus. So I've been filling in my leaves. So I have one more leaf at the bottom to fill in, and then I need to do some more outlining. But oh, it's beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. Kathy Barrick, you're amazing. You're amazing. I say that like she's sitting there watching me. But she is amazing. Next piece is Let Love Rain by Teresa Kogut. So we could talk all day long about how amazing she is. Here's the piece. So a ton of people have finished this, a ton. Oh, for Pete's sake, I think he just got his framed. Jan Holder shows this in her video as being finished. People have done different variations where they just do, you know, a couple of the rows. I'm doing the whole thing. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Now this one, it is a beast. And this one I started in March. And I've been talking in my videos about how I need to get something done on it or I'm not going to get it done by March. I really don't think I'm going to get it done by March. I don't know if I can just physically fit the time in to get it done and still do the other stuff I want to do. But we'll see. And if I don't get it done by March, I have a plan. And again, I'll talk about that in the next video. Get it open. I don't need to open all the way because I'm not all the way over there, but this is where I am. So not much progress at all from the last few times you've seen it. But I do love it. It's so pretty. This is on a piece of 32 count platinum Lugana. I love stitching on Lugana. And I now love stitching on linen also. I would say I don't start things on Aida as much as I did in the past, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to stitch stuff on Aida. This next piece is Redbird Sampler by Brenda Gervais. This was a Mania start. So my goal would be to have this finished by May, which is totally doable. This is also, is this platinum also? I think this is also 32 count platinum. I had to lay it down on the other one to see. So I've done 2 of the birds, 1 of the urns. Berry bowl. Because we love some berry bowls these days. Me and the mouse in my pocket, we love some berry bowls. So I still need to do, you know, I got another little bird, another urn, and stuff across the bottom. But I still think I can have that done by May. It's planning. I've decided that next year I am going to be a much better planned stitcher. Because, you know, everything I say on Flosstube is truth. I don't lie on here. I don't lie at all. The next piece is the Maker and Mender. I don't know what's wrong with me today. The Maker and Mender. When I was watching my videos back, I have discovered that I will just stop a sentence, like leave the last word off. Just leave it off. Just let you fill it in. It's like Mad Libs. It's like Flosstube Mad Libs. So you just, anywhere that I leave something off, you just fill in whatever word you want to. Woo. The Maker and Mender by Brenda Gervais. This was also a Mania start. And again, I feel like I should not have problem getting this done by May. This is stitched on a piece of, it's either 18 or 20 count Aida. I think it's an 18 in the color Affogato. I already have a frame for this one. I knew what kind of frame I wanted. I think maybe I had seen somebody that stitched it on similar to the color and I copied their frame, but it's just it'll fit in an 8x10 by from Hobby Lobby. So I picked it out and it's kind of a dark color wooden frame. We're getting closer. Next piece, Brenda Gervais, Rejoice Evermore. This was, I'm going to say, I'm pretty sure this was a Mania piece that same year because I did Brenda Gervais Mania last year. I struggled with fabric choice on this one and I talked about that a few times. I don't love stitching on white. But this one I feel like needed to be a lighter color. It is on a 30, I'm going to say it's a 32 count Lugana. Has some dog hair on it because that's my life. Everything has dog hair on it. Oh, wish I could make it not. So here's the piece. It's pretty. That flower is a lot of fun to stitch. A lot of fun. So, and these flowers went like really fast doing these little flowers on there. I'm going to say that one would be a push to get finished by May. I mean, you have to know your limitations. I mean, it's okay to have goals and push your limits a little bit, but I'm not sure if that one can get done by May. I'm going to try because goals. The next star is Kathy Barrett, White Winter Moth. I need to show on this side. I feel like when I show them up on this side, the color's not so bad. I started this for, I'm sure it was Cross Stitch Camp with Sherry with Colorado Cross Stitcher. I started this June 5th, so I would say it was her June challenge, and it was to stitch something with a bird in it. There's a bird here. There's a bird here. So it didn't say the bird had to be your main. So this was, what I say, June. If I put my mind to it, I could finish this. This is stitched on a piece of, I think this is a 20, I don't know if it's a 28 or a 25. It's either 28 or 25 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I have a bigger piece, but nothing stitched over there. So I'm to the moth, which, you know, of course, is the midpoint. And it's Quaker. I love some Quaker. So again, put my mind to it. Come up with a plan. Next year when I'm doing my whip video and y'all see all these again, go, Laura, what about your plan? What about your plan to get these things done? And then this next piece, when did I start this? I started this in July, end of July. So, you know, still doable. The Scarlet House, Try to Mark Well. The minute she started showing this as I don't know if it's part of market or the other release, but I was like, ooh, I need it. Bought it, didn't start it for a while. But now that I have started it, oh my goodness, do I love it. This is on a piece of 32 count Heritage Lugana by Picture This Plus. I do buy a lot of Picture This Plus. Just because it's easier to get for me. I don't have, like, I do have an LNS, but she doesn't have a huge fabric selection. So I have to, you know, it's hard to buy fabric online all the time and get consistency and the colors that you want. And I'm branching out and being brave and, you know, trying to match stuff to patterns that I want to do online, but it's just hard. But I love this on this fabric. Love it. I think it's so pretty. So I've started doing that, like fill in on the tomato. I am in love with this. I can't wait on it to come back up in rotation and get some progress done. This one I started also in July. Sorry, I took my heartburn medicine, but it's just not working out. I had a big lunch and I probably ate it too fast. I know y'all wanted to know that. Little Rose Garden by From the Art Needle Art by Wendy. I love all these little sampler charts that she's done. I got this out and I decided to do this with the DMC flosses because I want to do one of her bigger pieces. I have two of her bigger ones that I'm obsessed with, but they call for, I think it's silk. She does give a DMC conversion, so I'm trying to see on one of the little ones how different DMC looks compared to this. Because, you know, it does make a difference if you use DMCs or not. So this was on a piece of 36 count gray linen, Weeks Dye Works. Okay, don't be overly impressed by this. This is one of those moments where if you want to feel better about your progress on something, you need to like go back minute 33 in my video number 30 and you will feel great about your progress. I started this in July. Today is December 16th. Look at that. Woo! But it's going to be pretty. I love the color of this fabric. Like it's just pretty. I mean, I feel like I could about stitch everything I want to do on this. That'd be a little boring probably at some point, but I do love that fabric. The next piece is Scarlet House, Charlotte Murdoch. I started this one in August 14th. I think I stitched on it like 2 nights and then put it down. Isn't it cute? This one I struggle with fabric choice also, and I wound up doing it on a piece of, I think it's 28 count wheat Lugana, which I was glad once I actually paid attention. I'm bad to not pay attention to over one when I buy a pattern. But this, the dogs are over one, so I think it'll be pretty. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I obviously love Scarlet House's charts because I own a few. The next one I started August 21st. This is Fanny's Flowers. This is by, I'm pretty sure it's Shakespeare's Peddler. Oh, I don't have a copy of the other. If I'm wrong, I'll correct that, but look at this. Oh, is that not pretty? This flower right here. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. So I had seen this, I want to say, I shouldn't guess, but I want to say I saw this on Saltbox Stitcher, and I went and instantly ordered the called for fabric and colors. This is stitched on a piece of 36 count flax linen. Look how teeny tiny, pretty, and dainty that is. So pretty. Oh, I love it. Like, I love all this alphabet at the top. I mean, I love the flower at the bottom, but it's going to be so fun to get down to it. And then I like how it has like a little mini border around the bottom piece. Oh, so pretty. So pretty. The next piece was an exclusive through the Homespun group on Facebook. There is an exclusive coming up that's a BAP, and I am so excited. So excited. Because, you know, I got so much done on this one already. This was from, I started August 31st, so I probably got it like mid-August. Look at that. Jane Thompson. This border is so different and unique. Love it. This is on a piece of needle and flax, 36 count linen. I don't think it has a name, or if it does, I don't have the tag that tells you what that name is. Let me fold it a little bit better. I normally start top left, but this one I tarred. I don't know if y'all are having a good time, but apparently I'm very amusing to myself today. I started this one top center just so it would be centered on the fabric. But I love how these colors are playing on the fabric. I want to get back to this so bad. So bad. So you can tell a difference in what I like or what I choose to stitch now versus what I chose to stitch when I first started back into cross stitch. Which, you know, everybody has the same thing. Which again is why I want to be better about the age of my whips, because I still want to enjoy it when I still like stitching on that fabric. So I still enjoy the finished pieces of things that I stitched like very beginning, because they're done and they're finished. I'm not going to just take them down because I don't stitch on that fabric anymore, because they're still beautiful and gorgeous. All right, the next piece I started September 1st, and this was part of the Back to School SAL hosted by Lauren, the New Hampshire Stitcher. Me and Rebecca are doing this one. Now, Rebecca, I don't know how far you are. Not very far. Consider the Lilies. This will probably not get a ton of attention coming up, but my plan is when I finish my current Sunday stitch, this will take its place. But it will also have a place in my rotation, my whip rotation. I'm doing this on a piece of 36 count linen. I feel like it's another piece of vintage country mocha, but I'm not sure. Maybe, I think so. So I haven't, you know, done any more on it since the last time I showed it. I'd wanted to finish the entire border, but I got kind of bored with the green. So maybe when it comes back up on my whip rotation, I can try to get at least the border finished. And then when I do get back to it, my plan was to rotate between a flower, a motif, a flower, a motif, a flower, a motif, just to keep it from being boring. Okay, we're down to the almost end. I got like three more maybe. Quaker's hometown. In my defense, this is very easy to show this one upside down, okay? Very easy. This was my birthday start this year. I started this in November. Not on my birthday, a little bit after, because we were going on a trip for my birthday, but I love it. I love it. I love it. I did change some of the colors, and I talked about that before in a video, but if you need them, just text me. I mean, you can't really tell by the huge amount I've got done. This is another one I started middle center. I'm not really sure why I started so far down. I don't know why I did that, but I love this. This is a peach. It's a peach. It's also a piece of 36 count linen. I think it's Bramble by Picture This Plus. I love the modeling on there. I mean, it's really, really, this is going to be stunning when it's done. And then I had talked also before about my New Start rotation, and I'll go over that again in my plans video coming up, but this is my second piece in that rotation, A Joyful Purpose by JBW Designs. I'm stitching it with the called for colors and the called for fabric, which is 36 count Winter Moon linen. It's very wrinkled because it got a little bit mush when I put it back in the bag, but it's at the same place it was last time I showed it to you also. But I love it. It's pink, but it's kind of what I'm using as my red sampler till January. Pam, hint, hint, wink, wink. I am. Me and Pam are starting something in January that's red, so. And again, I'll talk about the next video. Am I teasing y'all enough to come back to the next video? If you've watched me for the first time and you think I'm a lunatic, I probably am, but please come back and watch me again. And then my last whip is Dwelling Place by Teresa Coquette. Jan and I are stitching this. And I have I made a little cheat of, I don't know that you can really see it good. Take this off. I kind of split it up into sections to see. I talked about how some of the Flosstubers I watch, they do like stitch alongs with each other, and they do like monthly assignments. So I'm going to try that with this one and see if I can stick to some kind of schedule. So I'm stitching this on a piece of 36 count Weeks Dye Works beige linen. Sorry. And this is where I am so far. So for this month's assignment that I gave myself, it would just kind of be the rectangle. So this is as wide and as far down as this month's assignment is. So I need to complete, there's a bird and some more foliage on that side, some letters, and I think a little heart. And across the top, there's a few more stitches that go in across the top. So that's it, guys, for my whips. That's what I have going on in my world of cross stitch. I do like that I was able to touch everything except for that one, which I will make a little bit of progress on that one. There are, I think, 6 that I'd looked at that could very easily be finishes pretty fast. So I'm going to kind of work that into my plans for next year to get those knocked out. I'm going to do some of my whip rotation semi the same as last year. I am going to tweak it just a little bit. So if you're familiar with my plan from last year, it will be similar but not exact. So I'm going to get that kind of compiled together. Now that since I have everything out, I can kind of lay it out and plan a little bit more, see what I can get done as far as charting everything out. There's tons of stuff I want to start, so starts are not slowing down or stopping. If anything, they're probably going to be more starts. And of course, I have another hobby, that, needs some attention too. So, and I have a family. I do need to see my family sometimes. So, hopefully I'll kind of get that together, have a game plan, and be able to come back and share that with you in 2 weeks. I had considered doing a finish parade for the things that I have finished stitching in 2023, but I'm kind of on the fence about it. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know down below. I'm not sure. I know everybody likes to see whips. I don't know how you feel about finish parades, if that's something you would want to see or not. So let me know down below. I do plan to be back in 2 weeks is my goal. If I'm not, everything's fine. Nothing, I'm sure, drastic is going to happen. But, it is the season of family time. So, ideally, I will be back in 2 weeks. If it's a little bit later, it shouldn't be too much later than that. So I hope you'll come back and see me for that visit. I do hope that you all have a fantastic Christmas. I hope you enjoy your time with family. I hope that you get to hug everybody that you want to hug, and I hope you get to talk to everybody, even if it's by FaceTime over the season, and that you enjoy the holiday for everything that it is. So I will see you in a couple weeks, and until then, I hope you get lots of stitching done. Bye, guys.